Hey everybody, welcome to Q Times for our entire Malkavian game. All of these lovely people, I believe, to this area. Correct me if I'm wrong. That sounds right. Yeah, they're over there. So they are all playing Malkavians for this particular one-shot, which will benefit Jasper's game day. So just so everybody knows, this is a horror game. There is going to be some situations and descriptions of things that may be a little like not cool for some people. If you in any way, shape, or form have an issue with what is being said or what is being shown on screen, hit pause, step away, do what you need to do to take care of yourself. And the players will have the ability to send me a message and just like yellow card or red card, and I will hit pause or stop things and do what we need to do on our side to make sure that everybody's taken care of. So I'm going to do a quick roundtable before I get into some housekeeping and explain what Jasper's game day is. So I'm going to start over to my left, which I think is your left as well. Or is it your right on the screen? I don't know. Brody, I'm going to get you to introduce yourself first.
All right. So introduce the character, introduce myself.
Yes.
Okay. Hey, everybody. I'm Kelly. I'm the storyteller and host over at Dork Tales, which is, you can find us on YouTube, Twitch, and most podcast providers. I'm an Aquarius, and I like long walks on the beach. Brody is a stonks enthusiast who survived the 1980s and is very meticulous with his skincare routine. He does not like long walks on the beach, but he does appreciate that there are plenty of places along the beach to drop bodies.
That's fair. So, Paisley?
Hi, I'm Megan. I'll be playing Paisley tonight. Megan, I draw stuff online, and also I'm on Boston by Night, which is on hiatus, but we're coming back later on Onyx Path. And I play a much more... No, I don't. My character's way not together in that either. I have a type. Paisley is a kind of a short, small, pink-haired Malkavian, and she's very quiet. And she sees lots of things, like all the time. So many things.
Lots of things. Down below me is Octavia.
Hi, everyone. I'm Alexandra. I'm the storyteller for The Lamias, where we run also a vampire game set in 1947 in the ruins of Warsaw. And I'm also a beginner game designer, so I might have some of my own games coming out in next month. And today I'm playing Octavia, who used to be a lab worker at the hospital, and she's never really left hospital, even after her embrace. Preferring to drink blood that is stored there and grappling a lot with the ethics of existing as a kindred at all.
Next up is Jermaine.
Hey folks, I am Prince, aka Doubles and Dice. That's where you generally can find me on Twitch doing my thing. But I'm also over on Rolling These 20s as the storyteller for Philadelphia by Night. I am playing Jermaine, who is he's like The Rock, but with my hair. And he's been around for a long time, about 200 years, but his big problem is he has really, really, really weird nightmares, and they don't leave him even when he's awake. And so that's causing some problems with his social life, as he is rather famous, and he has a little bit of other problem with some other vampires, but we'll get to that later.
So, as a specific question, if you're like The Rock, do you actually have the fanny pack? Like, is that
he may have wore one back in the early 90s. It may have been a thing.
It's possible.
It might have been a thing.
And then, last but certainly not least, is David. I don't know, is that 186? I-86?
It's I-86. It stands for
I-86?
Iteration 86. Hey, I'm also one of the Kellys. I'm from Vancouver by Night, which will be on later tonight, and my character abandoned everyone again. So I don't have a character to play right now. It's very ephemeral. Also, I'm on Drinking and Screaming, my partner and I's queer and feminist horror movie podcast that we will be coming out of our hiatus this Monday. And I am playing David I-86, who his name was David, and he was turned by a guy named David. And then he got visions of the end of the world. And so he realized that he is actually a robot sent from the future to stop, the end of the world, to save David and all the other Davids that came before him. He's very beautiful. He's a real, like Michael Fassbender type. Definitely not inspired by anything that Michael Fassbender has ever done.
No, not at all. So we are here today to benefit Jasper's Game Day, and I've got a little blurb to read for them because it's an awesome charity and you should all check it out. So Jasper's Game Day started as an idea, a one-time event that took off and became so much more than we ever expected. Fenway, who I believe is in the chat, she lost 2 friends in the span of 10 months to suicide, and everyone who knew them was deeply affected. The heartache and pain that everyone felt led to actionable steps by Fenway and her dad, Aaron. Back in 2017, they organized an event to raise awareness and donations for suicide prevention. It was so well received, and it's still going strong and growing thanks to everyone that supports and is a vital component of Jasper's Game Day. That's what Jasper's Game Day is all about, preventing others from experiencing the pain and raising as much awareness as possible. So occasionally, I believe it's set up instantaneously in the chat. So when you see the link, if you can, donate. If you can't donate, like if you don't have any funds available, I believe that's the chat thing right there. Thanks, Jake. So if you are unable to donate, please help spread the word. Like, the more people that know about it, the better chance we have of hitting our fundraising goals. We do have some giveaways when we hit a couple different milestones provided to us actually by the fine people at Jasper's Game Day. We got some pins to give away, some t-shirts, some vampire dice, and some other things that are possibly going to be going out if we hit our overall fundraising goal. So yeah, and it's time to get a little bit darker, actually. So Malkavians in the world of darkness are different. They are seen kind of like the street preachers that foretell bad things about the future, that they foretell doom, they foretell things that make other kindred kind of uneasy. They are seers, they are prophets. The Malkavians understand through a connection in their blood that they know something that others don't, that they can see visions that other people don't believe, and other kindred don't believe until it's probably too late. So with each of you, you have met someone in your past by the name of Maximilian, and each one of you awake this particular evening with a need to see Maximilian, almost as if you've been drawn to him. So I'm going to get a rouse check from everyone.
And while they're doing their rouse check, we have not only hit our first goal, but our second goal, and are $5 away from our third goal.
Wow.
Whoa. Thank you, everybody. Holy cow.
Thank you.
Wow, that's
Malkavian
amazing.
power activate.
Yeah, so we're going to have some giveaways, apparently, right off the bat. We just started. We're like 19 minutes in. Which is only about 10 minutes of us actually being on screen and describing Jasper's Game Day and everything. So yeah, this is amazing. Thank you, everybody.
Nice.
I wasn't expecting that at all. So how did everybody's rouse checks do now that we're going to be starting to do giveaways?
I passed. Good a 9.
Doing
Fail.
good.
I feel like another Kelly failed.
Oh
Yeah.
no!
The two Kellys, unfortunately, did not pass their rouse checks. So you awake this particular evening. David, I-86, you hear David in the back of your mind going, hey, I would like for you to feed. It is time to have your intake of blood.
Yes, David. I will do so as swiftly as possible.
Understood. Brody, on the other hand, you in the back of your head, you hear just like somebody who seems way too stressed. Like, hey, oh, come on, we have to go feed. Let's go feed. We gotta eat food. Blood.
Of course. We're gonna go feed. We're gonna go feed right now. Of course, we're gonna go feed right now. Why would we do anything but feeding? Of course, we're gonna be feeding. We're gonna go feed right now. That's why we have people for this. Don't worry, we got this. Do
it.
Oh, let me just. I need to put on my pants.
Yes, pants. So with everyone else, and I believe it is !rouse in the chat to get yourself entered into the draw for the Jasper's Game Day items. So with everyone else, you're feeling a draw to the water, which is strange for Malkavians. Usually it kind of seems to all of you that La Sombra are the ones that are drawn to the water, but this is near Vancouver that you're being drawn to. It's very, very weird. So how is Paisley dealing with this particular draw of her blood?
Well, she gets out from under the beanbag that she sleeps under. She's like, okay, I'm not hungry because she's got a little fridge next to it with some bags. I think I have to go. And I end up where I need to be, except for those times when I end up where I don't need to be, but I don't know that I don't need to be there until I'm already there. So I guess I'm just gonna keep going until I don't want to anymore. And she gets ready. She puts her bag on. She always has a bag with her sketchbook and her pens and other stuff she likes to carry. Puts on a hat, puts on the glasses she doesn't need but always wears. And she's like, I guess I'm going to figure out how to get to Vancouver?
Yeah, it takes a little while. You were actually feeling this draw for a while, so you're almost in Vancouver.
Oh, good. Then I'm getting closer. And she's probably feeling a little like it's almost there. Okay, that's good. And then this feeling will probably stop and another one will start. All right, I'm ready.
So you all essentially kind of meet up near a dock. You're not sure why this particular dock that is in Vancouver that you were all drawn to, but you start to see, like, through the connection of the blood of Malkav that runs through you, you can definitely tell that the other people at this particular dock that you are all walking up to are your fellow Malkavians.
You mean robots? Fellow robots?
Yeah, robots.
Fellow robots.
Paisley always hears it like radio stations. Like there's always static, and she can pick up people's stations. So it's extra loud right now because they're all there, and everyone's got a different station. So she's a little overwhelmed. And also, there's robot beeping, booping sounds on one, and that's different.
I'm an older model. I apologize.
You guys here for a boat party or something?
I don't
Honestly,
tend to like.
not sure.
Yeah.
No.
Here, my card. Hand out cards to everybody.
I take it and have a look at it.
Yeah, what does the card say, Brody?
The card says, Brody. What's my last name? Crap.
It just says, what's my last
It just
name?
says Brody. It's just one name, Brody. Brody. Stalking and stalking.
Oh.
Stocks and stalking. Stocks and stalking. Unlimited.
Does it have like the right like lift of the letters and like the right coloring and everything? Yeah.
Do you know how many printing presses I had to go through to make sure that this worked? It's actually an ivory. That is a 1 quarter inch thick margin there with a full bleed. An actual gold leaf in the lettering.
The moment you say bleed, I try to eat it.
Oh, God.
Are we supposed to?
There's no blood in this.
Yeah, there's no blood in the card.
You're right. I probably should look at putting some blood in those. Pull out a little tape recorder. Note to self: do a full bleed with actual blood next time.
You should get an assistant to do that for you. It's a lot easier.
An assistant to bleed? I had one for a while.
I meant to do the recording, but to bleed is also very effective for the right types. Not everyone's really into that.
I try to ignore this crowd for a moment and focus on my feelings and where they tell me to go further, looking at the boats, the ocean, just to get a sense if this feeling has stopped or am I still being pulled somewhere?
They have not actually stopped. You're still getting a pull. You look out over the bay in Vancouver, and there seems to be almost perpetually like kind of like ships that are in the bay, and you're getting a pull out towards one of those.
There seems to be a telecommunication beacon emitting signals from the ocean.
You're all feeling it too? So
Affirmative.
I guess we're going in the same direction. You're all very intense.
Thank you.
Do we really have to go into the water though? Like,
I advise not. It would probably short circuit us all.
Sure.
I don't know what you're on, but I'm down with it.
Close enough to what I need. All right.
Is there a boat, or are we just on a dock and we need to get out?
Funny you should ask. There seems to be kind of a boat that's coming up towards you. It's one of those kind of like ones where the pilot stands up in the middle and there's enough room seating for everyone, kind of like a whale watching boat that's pulling up, and see somebody looking kind of like at a form, and they're like trying to like, oh yeah, it's definitely them.
Ahoy!
I'm pretty sure I saw this in a nightmare. These people are mostly fine until they try to eat your brains.
Okay. Hey, robot guy, do you have a brain?
Yes. It is inside of a titanium shell to protect it from damage.
Oh, then we should all like be extra careful then. I thought you maybe had an advantage.
We may be able to commandeer this boat.
Oh, should we jump
Maybe
the guy?
we should ask.
Oh,
That works
that
too.
works too.
Ahoy, my good man. Are you here for us, or
what's your name?
Brody?
Yeah, you're on the list.
Octavia Barton.
Of course, I'm on the list. It's not a list in the city. My
You
name's
mean
not
you don't
on.
already know me? Haven't you seen me on TV? It's JJ.
No.
JJ the Pebble.
Jermaine Joseph.
Jermaine Joseph.
I'm generally on like the boat all the time. There's not really good reception or anything
You don't listen
out
to
there.
hip-hop? Like, really? What kind of person doesn't listen to hip-hop these years?
Oh, you're like that LL Cool J guy. I've heard about him. Real
Jermaine just
up-and-comer.
looks at Brody with like fire in his eyes.
Brody hasn't turned on a TV in 20 years, so he doesn't have any idea.
I mean, if somebody gets diablerized in the first 5 minutes, I don't know.
We'll roll with
Do what you gotta do.
Don't worry. There is no music in the future. It has all been declared.
So is there like a Paisley Jermaine? Yeah, you're on the list. There's like a David
Which one?
186.
I-86.
Oh,
That's good. That is me.
Octavia.
That's me.
Oh yeah, you're all here. Great. Come on, get in the boat. We're gonna go out to the yacht.
It's Maximilian on the yacht.
Yeah, actually, how'd you know?
Just a feeling.
Radio
Yeah.
transmissions.
Don't worry, we know things. Lots of things. Amazing things, even.
Yeah, I'm getting out a lot.
I get on the boat.
Yeah, I get on the boat as well.
Get on the boat. Yeah.
Yeah.
JJ struggles and kind of like tips a foot, and it's a very large man, kind of like, help me.
I try to move so I don't accidentally fall into water as this is happening.
That's fair enough. Yeah, not everybody has their sea legs, so there's kind of like when you're on the boat, it kind of as soon as you put your foot on, especially with Jermaine, you're a large dude, so it's like you put your foot on and the boat kind of shifts ever so slightly, pushes away from the dock, and then you hop on like as everybody else is like trying to get out of the way of your large frame bowling them over into the water.
Immediately
Paisley will instantly sit whenever. Yeah, she's gonna sit in the middle as soon as she gets a chance to like sit and be low. Even if people have to walk around her, she's like, "Okay, I'm gonna sit now."
Jermaine would actually join Paisley in this. Like, this is a good place. You picked a great place to sit.
Oh, thank you. Not everyone understands that. You understand and appreciate just sitting when you need to sit.
Indeed, especially when it's around water, because no, I don't like water. Not at all.
She raises up a little fist for a fist bump. I like
Giant
you.
fist for the fist bump. I
Also,
won't eat you.
Oh, what?
Nothing.
Everything's fine.
Two things as the storyteller notes. First thing is, I hate to be that storyteller, so after I'm done the second thing, I'm going to get the marching order of everybody where you're sitting in the boat. And the second thing I have to say is that we have hit the third total.
Woo!
Woo.
So we've got the one giveaway to finish up, and then we'll go into the second giveaway, and then we can go into the third giveaway. Yeah. So wow, this is amazing. Thank you everybody for donating. And yeah, if you can spread the word, spread it around, spread it on Twitter. So let's see what the marching orders are. Paisley and Jermaine are kind of in the center right in front of the pilot of this particular boat.
I was probably going to sit at the front of the boat because I want to be able to look like straight where we're going.
Okay.
I'll probably sit up there too. It's a nice position of prestige. Kind of want to be out there in the captain's spot, you know?
I will stand at the back of the boat.
Just
Just standing straight up, arms to the side, facing forward.
Wow.
Speaking of standing straight up, I'm assuming Brody is probably going to be one of those guys that like stands in like the captain kind of thing with his one foot up on the front of the boat. Like,
yeah, like I'm on a bottle of rum. Just
yeah.
Don't you just love that sea air?
I'm just sitting next to him. I'm not going to attempt to stand on a moving boat.
Wow,
I don't
he's
know
really
why.
Interesting.
I don't know
yacht
why
at the
apparently the
Caribbean?
entire chat has just gone into discussing ranch dressing in the, I don't know what's going on. So Paisley, you were saying?
Ranch is my fault.
Okay.
And I apologize for that. Yeah, no, she's just like, wow, that Brody guy's like kind of like just watching, like that's seems real confident. It's just super interesting. I'm just gonna keep an eye on him because I don't know about confidence. It's
They should absolutely
suspicious.
not do that. Nope.
Do you think he'll fall?
I mean, if he does, I'm not going to try to save him.
I couldn't. I'm too small, but I'll feel bad for a little bit.
I won't.
Oh, okay. That's good. We have all the bases covered
Exactly.
emotionally.
So with everyone situated in the boat, he pulls away from the dock.
I'm going to activate my cloaking mechanism.
Okay.
In that I use unseen passage at the back of the boat.
I do believe that is a rouse.
That is a rouse check. That's a 6. I'm good.
You do not hear David, but you probably already hear David in the back of your mind.
Always. We can always hear each other.
Hello, David.
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 David. And then I go
David.
invisible. David.
Do we hear one side of that? We just you say David.
David, like with pauses.
Yeah.
Pause.
You hear a bunch of Davids from the back of the boat.
Wonderful.
When I'm nervous, I just do this with my hair. So I guess we all have our own thing. David, that doesn't work for me.
No, I just sit very still, and I'm doing that now.
David I-86.
Link.
For David I-86, as soon as Paisley says the word David, you hear David in the back of your mind go, "Oh, hello, Paisley." But only you hear David.
Huh. Another David. Named Paisley. How strange.
Wait, I'm sorry. Are you talking to me?
You must be another David. I am here to protect the Davids.
Are you a David?
I will protect you, David.
I didn't think I was a David, but I've been stuff I didn't know I was before. Paisley David. Maybe?
You may be a P series. David P? P1? P20?
I don't know how to process this, so I'm just going to do this with my hair. Okay.
You may need to be updated. We will do that back at shore.
You said protect, though, right?
Yes, I must protect all the Davids.
Okay. Then that's okay. I'll be a David.
Good. If any of you are David, let me know. I will protect you.
I believe I am.
Good.
You looking for Dave? Is it okay if that's my middle name?
Sure. Yes.
I was a David in a previous life.
Okay, that makes sense. All of this computes.
You hear David in the back of your mind going, "Yep, that sounds right."
Good. All Davids.
So it takes a few minutes to get out to the particular Malkavian yacht that you are going to, which for everyone who's seen Vancouver by Night has shown up several times in the past. But this particular yacht is different from the yacht that was previously shown in Vancouver by Night. As the boat pulls up, there's a part of the yacht itself that has kind of like a patched over area, almost as if a cannon shot has gone through it. So the boat pulls up to the back of the yacht, and the driver of this particular boat is kind of makes sure everything's tied off and goes over to try to help. Does anybody need any help getting on the yacht?
Yes.
Jermaine, do you need a hand up?
But don't tell anyone.
Right. I'm not supposed to tell anybody that I'm helping you right now in full view of everyone.
I mean, anyone else. No pictures.
Got it. Yeah, he helps you.
I'll accept help.
Yeah.
He helps Paisley and Octavia.
I require no assistance, and I just step off.
This isn't.
I grew up on yachts. Here, I'll hand him a 50. Thanks. Good service.
Thanks. And he he has like a vest on, so he tries to cram it in there as much as he can.
I'll climb the ladder or hop on the whatever it is.
So once everyone is actually on the yacht, the other boat kind of pulls away and drives back towards Vancouver. Then a door opens and you see a Malkavian in a suit, and it's clear that this is a Malkavian. But he comes out, and you've all met him in the before. This is Maximilian, and he comes in. And he's like, welcome, everyone.
Maximilian.
Glad you could all make it. Octavia, how are you? And he does the big shake hand thing.
I'm doing okay, thank you. How are you?
Could be better. I had to get a new boat. Well, new-ish boat.
It's
What
fancy. I
happened
like
to
it.
it?
Well, the other one kind of sank.
This one seems to be damaged.
You would like to think so, but it patched up fairly well. I got it at a discount. Somebody was just practically giving it away. It's kind of weird. I don't know why somebody would shoot a cannon out of it.
No, but I suppose it floats, so it's fine.
Max has told you
as
before,
long as it floats, right?
Helicopter.
Brody,
Max.
how are you?
Oh, doing great. Give him the hug. The hug and pat.
Oh, the one hand
The bro shake hug. Yeah.
The bro double tap. Okay.
Yeah. The I'm hugging you, but I'm hitting you.
Paisley,
Okay,
how are you?
Okay, offers just the fist bump. Thank you. Okay, yes, thank you. That's very good. I once tried to blow up a boat once too, but then the voices said not to.
It's the weirdest thing. It wasn't actually somebody trying to blow up the boat. It's just somebody shooting a cannon from this boat without any portholes for cannons.
This sounds stupid.
I don't. Boats are untrustworthy, I think.
It's definitely an acquired taste, really. Jermaine, welcome.
Max, helicopters. Just helicopters, please. Next time. Not water.
So, wait, you want to be on a helicopter?
I'd much prefer a helicopter. Much prefer.
Yeah, but it's hard to find a place to land a helicopter. That's my problem.
I've climbed down many of ladders. It's not that big of a deal. Falling from
considered
great
buying
heights. You've ever done a
oil rig.
superhero jump? Like it's amazing, Max. You should try it sometime.
Superhero jump, you say?
Yeah, and then the landing, and you just look like a badass.
Really? Sounds like it could be kind of hard on your knees.
You can replace them.
This is true. I mean, you pump enough blood into any kindred, and they can heal that. Yeah, no problem. David,
Maximilian, I received your beacon. What is it that you need?
there have been. I'm glad you asked. We should probably take this below deck before I get into that whole explanation.
I suppose. If that makes you more comfortable, I will oblige.
After you, everyone, come on. Let's go down into the lower decks.
What's the percentage of cannons firing tonight?
Oh, don't spoil it. The night's young.
I would say approximately 0%, but the night is definitely young.
Okay.
Approximately 0%.
Okay,
not
then
zero.
I guess we'll just go down decks on a boat that has a history of cannons. And
I
she'll
mean-
go down slow.
If it makes you feel any better, Paisley, it's not my history of firing cannons from this particular boat.
Who else is here?
That doesn't make me feel any better.
I don't know everyone else's history, but then she'll run down because she's getting too scared. And she's like, I'll just go down, it'll be fine.
You see, here's the thing. I actually kind of picked this up from a Ventru.
Oh, well, that's the problem. You can't trust
That
these guys.
seems like a terrible mistake.
Exactly.
I
Not
mean-
good people.
They blow up a boat, sort of, kind of. There was a little bit of cannon fire. I don't know, something happened. Anyway, and then they were just like, "Oh, let me just buy another boat."
I have to say, that sounds like quite the brouhaha.
Ha.
From down below.
You've got quite the wit there. I adore it.
Oh,
No laugh. None at all.
Yeah.
Just
I see what you did there.
Oh,
Ministry.
yeah. Right? The snake people.
Did I do it right? Was that correct?
Sure.
Close enough.
We'll work on it. It's right now. You got the block of wood, and you kind of made it look like a duck. but it needs a little bit of sanding, is what I'm saying.
I understand. I don't understand.
So everyone goes into the lower decks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Once you are down into the lower decks, there's like a long hallway, and Maximilian leads you into the one room, and he opens it up, and it kind of looks like a horror show, but kind of doesn't. So I'm going to get a wits and awareness check from everybody.
Oh no.
Oh no. I'm aware of a couple of things. Oh no.
2 successes.
Just one.
Wow.
Just one.
This was a really bad roll.
Paisley is the first person to pick up on this particular, this particular instance in the room. What you look at in the room, there is a circle on the ground that looks like it has like various arcane symbols on it. But upon closer inspection, Paisley can definitely tell, while it does look like wax, there's like little crumpled up bits of what look to be like crayon coverings. It almost looks like somebody basically took a bunch of crayons and melted them into a circle. And there's like tapestries that are on the walls, and there's like, things that have like skulls and stuff like that. But Paisley immediately can tell that these skulls are plastic. Like, it looks like somebody is trying to make this look scary, but they got all of their equipment from either the craft store or from like a really cheap Halloween store. Like, one of the skulls you can even see still has a price tag on it.
This is very much Paisley's aesthetic. She's like, oh, look at this. Oh, this is look. They're like, and she'll like come around, look at. They use crayons, because like usually people just like use like candles. And they're trying to be like real dark. But look, this skull, like look, tip. It's like plastic. Because why do you need a real one when plastic is unexpected? Look, it's so pretty in here, right? Everybody. Yeah,
Right. It is kind of like avant-garde. You're right.
Yeah,
I suppose.
Why not simply use the real thing? I don't understand.
Exactly.
Because that's what we would have
plastic.
expected. Oh, this is a performance art, I can tell. It's interesting.
Performing for who exactly? I am not impressed.
So, the question,
look at it the right way.
I look at it a different way.
Raised as to why I had invited you all here, correct?
Yes, I believe I asked that before.
Indeed.
Right, David, of course. There have been some strange things that have been going on in Vancouver. I need the help of my brethren in the Malkavian clan. That's why I invited all of you here.
You need the assistance of all the Davids. I understand.
You've called the council. Yeah. The Council of Davids will answer.
You need moon help. I like to help other moons because other people don't, because they don't understand. So even if I don't understand another moon, I try to help them because other people don't understand me and I need help.
Indeed, we're better off sticking together.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's we help each other because no one else really wants to help us, if you know what I mean. It's more, I actually consider it more of a Republic of Dave than it is a Council of Davids.
Whatever floats your boat.
There is no government in the future.
So long as it keeps floating.
If that's what makes you happy and it keeps us from like sinking this boat, I'm all for it.
Technically, I'm Dave, please. Thank you.
That's correct.
I mean, if everyone could take a seat around my circle.
Yeah,
I stand
instantly on the floor.
I will sit as well, New Paisley.
Couch spread. Just
He takes up a lot of space.
no, you're sitting on the floor.
Yeah. It's where the action is. As he points to all like the candles.
I'm just keeping the couch company while you sit on the floor in the action.
Jermaine just stands up and just crosses his arms like, what?
You're a big dude.
Jermaine, come on, join us.
Yeah, I'm joining, but I don't think I want to sit right now. The whole boat thing is really throwing me off.
Well, we kind of need to join hands for this particular instance.
Oh.
Oh, come on, man. Grab a seat.
Then he sits right next to Brody, like uncomfortably close.
I'll put an arm around. The thing is, boats can smell your fear. You can't let them.
Can we see
friends?
How that works, but maybe it does, because there was this one time in this one nightmare where the boat grew a mouth and then it swallowed everything. It was like a shark, but it was a boat that was like a shark.
It was a shark boat.
We're gonna need a bigger shark.
Was it a whale?
Yes. No. Maybe.
Sounds like a whale. What you described sounds like a whale.
But it floated on the water. Like maybe we're inside of the boat shark whale right now.
So
Boats are tricky and liars.
essentially, Jermaine, what you were saying is you never thought you would be on a boat.
Exactly. I tend to avoid these situations.
So,
As this is going on, can I try to see if the occult-looking symbols make any sense to me, or if they're just for show?
let's do an intelligence and occult roll.
Okay. Let's see. That's 2 successes.
It said bear, shark, man, pig.
2.
2 successes. You take a good long look at a bunch of the symbols. You try to figure something out. This one over here seems to be a Greek letter. There's one over here that seems to be kind of like a Russian symbol. There's one that's just the letter H. There's another one that it seems to be like an ancient language that you don't understand. That it makes no sense to you whatsoever. Like if you're trying to rationalize it to a Malkavian, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah. Well, I hyper focus on it for a while the shark conversation is going on.
And in the chat, Celador, sorry, I'm going to steal that idea. It's actually the symbol from the Blue Oyster Cult.
Wonderful.
It's a perfect idea. Thank you for that. Audience interaction. That's part of why we're here.
Let's hear that.
Is there just a cowbell off to the side, like near one of the skulls?
Yeah, amongst the pile of skulls in one particular grouping, there is in fact a cowbell.
That feels right. Paisley will look for it till she finds it and go, okay, that makes sense.
So, everyone, have a seat. We are about to begin.
I will squat next to the couch without actually fully sitting down and reach out, extend my hands for other people to grab them.
Is Jermaine still standing with?
No, he's sat next to Brody.
Still with the arms crossed.
Yeah, I've got one arm around him, so we're friends now. He's getting a Christmas card.
So Maximilian would grab your other arm and extend his hand to Paisley.
Yeah, I'll take Paisley's hand and reach towards David. Probably stretching a bit.
Yeah. Does not move at all to help you.
Well, I do my best to actually grab his hand.
So I'm guessing somebody on the other side would probably have their arm around Jermaine, linking with Brody, so that Jermaine is kind of inside the circle with his arm across.
Like this with like both hands like that.
He's just flexing his shoulder muscles, so he's touching everyone.
So now I get to do a roll. Yay, first roll. Yay, willpower. That was not incredibly better. So, funny thing, being the storyteller, I can actually kind of have things happen. So everyone starts to feel a little lightheaded, like you're if you were mortal, the blood would drain out of your face. You would kind of feel a little queasy, like you're kind of feeling the boat moving.
10% battery.
As everyone kind of feels lightheaded, your eyes all at the same time roll into your head, and you are transported to another place. Everyone awakens on a desert island.
We went from a boat to a lonely island.
Don't look in the box. Wherever, if there's a box, do not look in it.
What's in the box?
Oh no, the boat abandoned us.
Well,
Should have tipped that guy 100.
We're in a simulation. It's obvious.
Jermaine is checking to see if he's wet. He's like, no. Okay. Okay. I can deal with this. This is not the worst place I've ever been in.
And everyone can hear the waves on the ocean, and you look up in the sky, and there's actually a sun. It seems to be midday.
Powering down.
At that point, Jermaine starts screaming. Just
Paisley will dig in the sand. I gotta get under.
No. It's all right, everyone.
I'm not solar powered.
The sun doesn't seem to be affecting us.
Right, it's a simulation. How foolish.
Where are we?
Yeah. Where? Are we anywhere? Is this real?
It can't be.
Yes. No.
I mean,
I'm not sure at the moment. I tried to do a premonition, but in focusing on Vancouver, somehow we ended up here. I don't know how or why.
Real is a relative term, anyway.
Oh, I know. And Paisley will walk up to Maximilian and pinch him. Is this your dream?
Yeah. Maybe.
Oh, I thought that would work. I'm gonna try pinching myself.
No pinching.
Oh, okay. Okay. Sometimes it's the simple things, though. She'll like put it away like in a pocket. Put her fingers in a pocket.
Wait, everybody reach behind their heads and unplug.
Unplug what?
You need to be plugged in. Just unplug it. You'll get out.
No, these hair
I
plugs
think
they're
this is
good.
not going to work.
I can't find it.
Ow.
Does Jermaine reach back?
Jermaine tries to use like rapid reflexes so he can do it while people not see it. Just
so with everyone reaching back behind their head to unplug, as Jermaine, faster than most of you can see, reaches back and tries to pull it, that's when everybody is absorbed out of this island scenario, and you wake up in a place that none of you have been before. It's got kind of an Egyptian aesthetic, almost as if someone was watching a bunch of 1950s movies, and there are red tapestries on the wall. the walls themselves are red brick. There's a throne that is in the center of the room. There's a bar on the one side that has a glass display case behind it with various different alcohols. And there is you can clearly tell that this is a vampire. There is like a gentleman comes out with nice vest on and kind of a poofy shirt, really extremely tight pants with kind of shoulder length auburn hair. Ah, darlings, you made it. Excellent.
What?
I think he thinks we're somebody else.
Maybe if we don't move, he won't see us.
Maybe
Paisley,
we are
pinch him.
somebody else.
Oh, okay. Hey, she'll like walk up. Can I pinch you?
I would prefer it if you did not.
Can you pinch yourself?
Why would I pinch myself?
So we know it's real.
Oh, no.
Wait.
No,
No,
it's not real.
pinching or the.
Oh, I don't believe this is real.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, well, that's good.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Okay. I've been
Yeah,
in
I
a
feel
few
better.
nightmares before. This tracks. This tracks.
She'll walk back a little.
Is this another vision of the future?
No,
Wait.
you are in my establishment. This is the mausoleum.
And who are you?
Moz?
I am Erasmius.
Erasmius.
Erasmus.
Does he look upset that we don't seem to recognize him?
No.
Okay. Don't want to
Wait,
be rude.
Mausoleum. I think I slept here once. Well, the back alley. You have a lovely trash can to sleep in.
Are you sure this is the same mausoleum?
No, I was never inside.
Okay.
No, I've never been here either.
Yeah.
But you say it's not real.
Oh, this isn't at all real.
It's a simulation?
In fact, neither is that.
Oh.
And Erasmius points behind you, and there is a fire that is engulfing the back wall of the mausoleum. So I'm going to get a willpower roll from everybody.
Oh no.
Or
Okay, it's good. It's good. 5.
3.
3.
Ooh, I got
Uh-oh.
crit and 2. Yeah, so was that 6 successes? I'm good.
It's the opposite of water.
So how many for Paisley?
3.
3. And everyone else? 3, 1. David is the programming kind of kicks in, and you are kind of like, oh, fire! Fire is bad for your programming.
It will short circuit me. I run away.
Oh, darling, you don't have to run away.
What? I'm in the other room now. What did you say?
The fire, much like everything else here, isn't real. You're in a premonition, darling.
Oh, okay. I come back.
Well, I don't like that as a premonition.
When I do my premonitions, they never feel like this, and I tend to stay away from fire in mine.
What happens if we use our premonitions inside of the premonition?
I don't know. Maximilian's like, well, wouldn't that just be 16 premonitions?
I'm going to try it. That's a lot of premonitions.
I was just going to say, this is definitely something Joseph's going to do. JJ is about this life.
Let's do it. Okay, so is this a rouse roll for this one?
It is not.
Okay.
The way I run premonitions is it seems kind of weird that a storyteller can force it on you for no cost, but if you want to do it yourself, you have to force it out like a fart or something. Like just like Yeah, so I don't do rouse checks for premonition.
Okay, cool. Three.
3 successes.
3 successes, yeah.
So Brody closes his eyes, trying to will a premonition into reality as you all happen to be in a premonition, and then instantly, as you see Brody's eyes close, the mausoleum itself fades to black around you. You are all just here. You're in a black void with everyone who had entered into the initial premonition.
The mainframe.
Oh, are you all also still here? Like you really here?
I think maybe we've entered the Matrix.
Yeah, you can see everyone. It's essentially, it's just kind of like when the best example is like Star Trek: The Next Generation, when everything goes white and you can see the two people that are interacting with each other. It's just the same thing, only you're all interacting with basically this particular coterie, as there's blackness around you.
Brody, this is a bad premonition.
Yeah, usually they're more interesting. Even when they're scary, they're interesting.
I don't
Someone
know.
else trying to render something.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Let's
Help
get us
me
out
out
of
here.
here.
I'm doing heavy lifting.
He looks like he has a headache.
I
Should I
got
push him?
He's probably updating.
So Jermaine, are you
yes. I'm
Um,
absolutely. It's gonna like push Brody over and be like, "My turn."
Oh, a premonition off.
2 successes.
for the premonition?
Yep.
Okay, we're going 3 layers deep into the Inception. So Jermaine closes Jermaine's eyes and focuses, trying to will everyone out of the new premonition. And all of a sudden, everyone wakes up in Brody's Haven, which is sparse. A lot sparser than it usually is. Brody,
Yeah, seriously.
how would your Haven look?
Normally it would be like a penthouse condo somewhere downtown, or like, well, maybe not downtown, like maybe like over in North Van, actually. And fairly luxurious, a little bit dated, like late 90s type of feng shui. Fairly sparse, like white sofa, like painfully white, like probably has never been sat on. And actually a pretty good vinyl collection.
Your vinyl collection in this particular premonition is completely missing.
I told you,
What-
it is the future. There is no music.
Jermaine's like, "This isn't my house.
No, this is my house.
Why are we in your house?"
It's probably not real either.
Where are my records?
They're
Should
probably in
we-
your real house where you
That was
left
my
them.
limited edition Huey Lewis.
Oh, oh, uh-oh.
Oh man, you can't take the news.
Should we go? Can we get out, or do we have to go deeper? Because I feel like it's gonna get weirder.
I mean, the door's over there.
Brody,
Explore this premonition.
Brody blinks a few times, and after a few blinks, everyone else is wearing like see-through rain jackets.
Oh no. Okay. I've seen 1/3 of this movie.
Oh, this is a birthday
Jermaine starts
party, isn't it?
flexing his pecs immediately. Just
Oh,
Damn.
no,
Wasn't expecting that kind of party, but okay.
Wait, I have an idea. I'm gonna log off and I'm gonna use unseen passage as everybody's looking at themselves and just disappear.
Oh no! Now we're all disappearing. No, hold on to
Everyone
the
kind of
couch.
looks over where David I-86 is, and it's like David is trying to use obfuscate, but you can see through them, but you can still see that they're still there.
You've gone ghost, buddy.
David, I don't think it's working.
Absolutely.
Maybe I should try.
I'm gonna push a
Yes.
finger through. Is he
And
solid?
then
He's very solid.
Just to like
Oh.
incredibly muscular underneath.
Oh.
Jermaine tries unseen passage too, because this is like maybe just maybe this works, because I don't remember this from a nightmare.
Same sort of thing with Jermaine. Jermaine kind of fades out, but kind of doesn't. You can definitely see that Jermaine is still there.
I'm gonna go the other way, and I'm
I
gonna
can
try
still see
sense
me.
the unseen within the premonition.
We're just tossing Malkavian powers around. It's great. Sense the unseen. Let's get a wits and aspects roll.
Right. It's wits and those hunger die. That's nice. That's 4 successes.
4 successes. Octavia blinks a few times and opens up your senses to the world around you. You can definitely see Jermaine. You can see David. Brody seems to be, for some reason, made of records. Jermaine is flexing, but you can see that there's definitely something special about Jermaine. But the door that leads to this particular condo, it's glowing bright green.
We should have a look at the door. There's something special about it. And I'm gonna start walking up to it.
Okay.
It's a pull.
Don't let it get you. Don't let it get you. I don't trust that door.
It's glowing.
Yeah, that's all the more reason not to trust it.
Well, we can stand here, or we can try to explore and see what's out there.
You go
And that
first.
seems to be-
I mean, yeah, everybody make yourselves at home. It's, the maid's been here recently, so this is good. Took my records.
And maybe the access port.
You're full of those records. They're still inside you. And
Of
I'm
course.
gonna keep walking for the door.
Jermaine looks at Brody like, I don't see any records.
Did your records have blood in them? Did you try to eat them?
I mean, do you just eat everything that like comes in front of you? Like, do you just?
No, you claimed that your card had blood in it, but you were false.
No, I didn't
But
say
you appear to have consumed your albums. Did they have blood in them?
Yes.
Interesting. Well, if
What?
we see any, ensure to inform me if we see them so that I may ingest them.
Absolutely.
So Octavia, do you try to open the door?
Yes.
So when Octavia reaches towards the door and opens it, the green light, everyone can now see it. It floods over your perception. You can't see anything but green light. And then you all wake up at a place that you've never been before. It's kind of like just a building. It seems like a warehouse, like an empty warehouse.
We keep traveling to places I don't know.
We're stuck in something.
How many places do you know, Paisley?
Oh, 3, maybe 4.
Okay.
But I know them very well. Like really well.
You would assume, yeah. Is Erasmus still here? Erasmus still here?
There's Erasmus disappeared when you left the mausoleum.
Okay.
Is
It's
Maximilian?
Maximilian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maximilian is still there, yeah.
Maximilian, is this what you wished to happen?
I have no idea what's going on.
You tried to do a premonition
Yes.
about something specific, or
Well, there's a lot of weird things that are happening in Vancouver with regards to kindred, and actually werewolves as well. It's not usual for kindred society to have such strange goings on, but I have no idea what's going on anymore. Premonitions inside of premonitions. It's just everything's kind of going out of whack. I don't know where we even are.
We need to find a way out.
Have you been hacked recently?
Well, I keep getting pop-ups on my computer. It's kind of strange. They keep getting pill warnings, like if I want to last longer in bed or something. I don't know.
Sleeping pills. I get
Do you
it.
not get enough sleep? Yeah.
I don't think that's what those pills are for.
I don't get enough sleep.
The nightmares?
So
It's
I'm-
definitely the nightmares.
There's nightmares, yeah.
But
Can
I'm
you get a
thinking
wits and
that
awareness
maybe
from
this was
everyone?
a nightmare.
Awareness.
Get a what, Steve?
Wits and awareness.
Okay.
Just one again.
2 or a bestial failure if that's not enough.
Let's go with the 2.
Okay.
I got
2 sounds
3.
right.
I got 7.
Holy
7 successes. When everyone is talking about nightmares and lasting longer in bed, David hears kind of a rhythmic footstep, like essentially like either a very nice dress shoe or a cowboy boot on like an open concrete surface, just like step, step, step,
My
step.
sensors are picking up someone. Someone is approaching. They have either a nice dress shoe or cowboy boot. Unclear. Shall we wait for them or ready an attack in the event that they are hostile?
Let's wait.
Jermaine pulls a giant knife out of his boot. He's like,
Prepared to act.
I'm ready for anything. Let's go.
Paisley will absolutely go behind Jermaine now. Someone with a real weapon and is bigger.
I'm gonna go
I'm
behind
going
Paisley.
to move back as well.
Everybody's just standing in a line behind Jermaine.
Like a Scooby-Doo team, yeah.
I'll stand next to
It's good
Jermaine.
strategy. I'm right behind you.
We are the combat versions of David's. I see.
I'm right behind you.
So Jermaine looks out. I'm gonna get a wits and awareness from you since everyone else is basically just staring at your back.
I'm next to Jermaine.
It's a nice back, to be fair. Like, dude put effort into that back.
In that case, David, wits and awareness as well.
All right. 3.
I'm pretty sure that's bestial failure.
You want to spend willpower?
That was a willpower roll? I thought that was wits and awareness.
No.
You can
Do you want to
spend
spend willpower for?
Oh, do I want to spend willpower? Yeah, it's probably the best of ideas here.
Everyone behind, like, yes, yes.
Okay, then that's 3 successes then.
David?
I also got 3.
3? Okay. It takes a couple seconds, but eventually kind of coming into existence, kind of like hazily, like coming out of obfuscate, you see a very tall but lean individual, probably about close to 7 feet tall. They have kind of like a pulled back head with like kind of bone ridges on their head. They're dressed in a very stylish suit if you're in 1950s. And they come walking up and they're like, hello. Yes, you will do nicely. You will all do nicely. Perfect.
Identify yourself.
And he takes like a deep bow. I'm Alexandru of Clan Zemissi.
Are you hostile to me and my Davids?
It depends. Are you Sabat?
Are we Sabat?
Today? Yes.
What is this place?
You're unaware of what the Sabat are?
No, this place here.
Oh,
What is that?
apparently you're in a premonition.
Oh,
Oh, definitely Sabat.
yeah. Where's Sabat then?
Sabat.
Hmm.
What?
This place seems very not to my liking. And then he snaps his fingers. And for everybody playing the home game, everybody in the chat, this is where the body horror stuff comes in. So if you don't want to hear this part, you definitely take a bit of a break if you would like. And then the floor itself kind of pushes up underneath you, and it has like sort of a spongy quality. Like it's almost like you're stepping on wet sponges, and then like kind of rib cages go up around you, and you're suddenly in a hallway that seems like it's made of like the internal pieces of an animal. Like rib cages, you look at them along the top, and there's like a kind of a backbone, but it's all covered in meat.
It was a whale. The boat was a whale.
JJ David was right.
I told you. I
We
told
did
you.
get eaten by a whale.
You're right.
I can hear a
Oh,
heartbeat
no.
through my hush puppies.
We should eat our way out. Quick, everyone
Please,
start eating the wall.
please do not eat the walls.
This is
Trevor
not my
is
diet.
very unhappy when that happens.
Is
Why
Trevor
would
the
you name your
whale?
whale?
Is Trevor a kindred?
Trevor is not a kindred. No,
No, he's a whale. You can't
a
embrace a whale.
he's not a whale either.
Really confused.
Well, not anymore. He's a hallway now.
Can I pet him? And she like walk towards the wall.
If you want,
Aren't you supposed to pet the
Okay.
fur side?
No, that's okay. I've kind of seen. Well, anyway, hey.
Wait, if this
Thank you
isn't real,
for
why
us-
can't we eat it?
No, that's not a friendly thing to do. Hey, hi, we're friends, and we're inside you, and we're friends. It's
You-
weird, I know.
there's sort of like a reverberation that everyone can feel, and you hear like a.
Whale's
Don't like
purring.
that. Nope, don't like that at all. Nope, nope, nope.
Scritches.
David, I
I
think
like
you should
him.
eat it.
Yeah,
I'm
don't
gonna-
eat. Don't eat.
Hmm.
No, don't do it. She'll like growl a little. Don't eat them.
You seem to be an administrator. I cannot pass through the block.
Are you actually trying to eat Trevor?
No, I move, and then every time P. David says I can't, I stop.
It's rude. We're guests. No.
I don't know the password. I'm sorry.
We're gonna have a talk about this later.
If this is simply a premonition, why does any of this matter?
Well, even a premonition, you don't want to be rude. Or like, where's the line?
Real life. Real life is the line.
But do you know it's real life? How many times when you've been in real life are you pretty sure it's real life or just like 50-50?
Yeah.
What if it is
51.5%.
real?
What if it's just fantasy?
What if you can be hurt in a premonition?
Yeah, so we should just like be cool no matter what reality you think you're in.
Hmm.
I agree.
Anyway, scritch, scritch, scritch. It's okay, I'm sorry. He's not
No,
gonna
it-
eat you.
The same noise, like. Oh, he seems to like that.
Okay, well, I'm not here to get flesh crafted, even in a premonition. So, what exactly do y'all want?
Well, the Sabbat had gone away for a time, but we're coming back.
Cool, I guess.
Would you like to join?
What are the
Affirmative.
perks?
Connection.
Okay.
We got that in spades.
All right,
I
keep it coming.
mean-
Come on. I want to hear the recruitment pitch.
Oh, this is more than just Malkavian connection. This is connection with your fellow kindred.
Other Davids?
Sure.
Then yes, I agree.
So, hypothetical question. How do you all feel about, if someone regularly commits diablerie? Is that cool for your kinds?
Of course.
Excellent. I think maybe hypothetically, I could be interested.
Excellent. Everyone else?
I think I need more information.
That's my boat.
And then from out of nowhere, like, he reaches into the jacket and pulls out a goblet that definitely couldn't have been there before, with regards to where, like, how tight the suit is. Like, it just seems like such a large goblet wouldn't have fit anywhere in on his person. And he bites into his wrist and bleeds into it, and he passes it along. Everyone bleed into this, and then we will all drink from it. It's called the Valdery.
Thank you. No, thank you. I'll just sit this one out, and she'll walk backwards a little.
I unfortunately do not produce blood.
I'm pretty sure that's not the case, David.
I am 99.978% sure that I do not produce blood.
That's mostly sure.
Actually, test this theory.
Okay, so hold on.
I do have a very large knife.
I'm just looking at my powers.
So, no, I'm with Octavia on this one. Like, I need to know a little bit more about this Sabbat. What's in it for us? Connection, yeah, but we're connected to a lot of Daves already.
Are you part of the tower?
I sought to stay away from all the connections as much as I could.
I know some of them.
Anarchs? The Anarchs, then?
Well, whoever I need to talk to, I talk to. But I mostly focus on my learning.
You see,
That's
anyone
something the Sabbat does.
Anyone who is not Sabbat will be wiped out in the coming battles. So you're either with the Sabbat or you are against the Sabbat.
So by anyone, I just need a little bit of clarification on this. Does it mean all people, all kindred?
All kindred.
All Davids?
Yes.
Then I do not accept.
But there are Davids in the Sabbat.
But there are Davids elsewhere. Any group of Davids that wishes to harm another group of Davids is no group of Davids.
What?
Yes.
There's a storyteller note that makes a shocking amount of sense.
Right. It does.
In game, it's like, what? But as a storyteller, it's like, you know what? Yeah, that makes sense. Okay,
I
yeah.
can get behind that.
Good.
Can Paisley try to scry the soul?
Paisley can try.
Yeah. I mean, she's pretty sure, but she'd sure like to see his intentions. I mean, she's pretty sure.
I mean, Sabbat.
Yeah.
And somebody in the chat just put it's the no true David's fallacy. It's true.
Okay, 3 and okay. Okay, just 3.
3 successes.
Yeah.
Paisley is getting that this particular creature is a kindred.
Okay. Yeah. That checks out. I'll just stay over here then. Hey everybody. So I mean you probably know this is a kindred, but he's totally kindred, so that's true. But also
David?
like I don't think so.
All right. I'm gonna upgrade. I'm gonna update my strength using Rouse the Blood. I got a 9. I'm also going to trigger my programming of prowess, and that's a 6. So now I've got. I'm going to punch Alexandru directly in the chest, like square in the center of his chest, because he has threatened all Davids.
All right.
So that's going to be.
Strength and brawl.
So that's 9 plus 2 is 11 plus 2 is 13 dice.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we're working with Morgan dice on this one.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Wow.
I only have 2 dice left in this box that I'm not rolling.
Wow.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 successes.
Holy crap.
So just like a straight like
I'm really glad I'm a Dave right now.
So everyone watches as David rather stiffly walks up to Alexandru and punches Alexandru directly in the chest. And Alexandru shatters into a billion pieces as the pieces fall onto Trevor and into the ceiling, and all the pieces, the shattering kind of spreads, and everything shatters, more shattering. Just everything is just pieces of shattering, whatever that happens to be. And it's almost like you can see them flipping over in your mind, and they're like mirrors, and the entire reality space that you happen to be in shatters. And then each and every one of you then wakes up on a couch, and I'm going to do a bit of a quick change.
Huh.
Oh.
Talk amongst yourselves.
punch the world,
Hi.
guys.
Yeah, good.
You
Wow,
Good job,
David.
Superboy Prime.
that did really
Yes.
good. Can you
David, I
teach me
think
to
you
punch
just
that good?
punched us into a different reality.
Yeah.
Well, at least it's better than the previous reality. I hope.
That was not necessarily a bad deal. Not
I
necessarily.
miss Trevor.
I don't like being threatened, and he clearly threatened us.
Are all
Yep.
of the Sabbat going to be that easy? That doesn't seem like much of a war then.
I don't believe that was. It's not like the Sabbat that I knew.
Do you think Trevor's okay?
So
Their
you're
sales
all
pitches could read some work.
you're all on different couches
Oh.
after the shattering effect and after this particular conversation, which for some reason you're not even sure how you were able to still communicate with your fellow Malkavians. Sorry, you're all in a room by yourselves on the couch, and there's someone looking at you with a legal notepad, and they're writing stuff down, and they're like, so how did that make you feel?
Confused.
Neutral.
I didn't like it.
Slightly aroused.
Interesting. So are you still in the premonition now?
Affirmative.
I would say that's the most likely scenario, but it could be a nightmare. These things happen to me.
Yeah.
Who are you?
I don't know you.
Oh,
How do you feel?
I am Dr. Douglas Netchurch.
Okay.
How does that make you feel?
Confused.
And anyone who wants to figure out who Dr. Douglas Netchurch is, give me an occult and intelligence check.
Yes.
Slightly aroused.
Yeah, let's do that.
This is the area I have some expertise in.
Yeah.
3 successes.
3 successes.
Three.
Come on, 2 more
Jermaine and
threes. Ah.
I'm gonna use another willpower. Oh boy, that is a bestial failure. After the willpower. This is my dice today.
Eat him.
That's my dice today. So yeah.
Let's deal with it in descending order. Paisley, you had 4 successes, correct?
Yes.
You recognize definitely that Dr. Douglas Netchurch is a famous Malkavian who's trying to discover what it is to be Malkavian.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
yes. Okay, yeah. So you're still in the premonition. That is fascinating.
This is I don't usually I have a better idea. I don't deal with other people's premonitions, just my own.
Right. Okay.
So much there's like a lot of static. There's like stations and stations, and I can't untangle it. And I don't like this.
So how does that make you feel?
This. And she does a big frowny face.
I see. Excellent. Everyone else got, I believe, 3 successes.
Yep.
So with everyone else, you definitely recognize that this is Dr. Douglas Netchurch, who has connections with various kindred, trying to discover the Malkavianness of things.
You're a scholar, like I aspire to be.
Exactly, a scholar. How does that make you feel?
Intrigued and good. I've never had a premonition before.
Right? This premonition thing, it's really, really weird.
It makes me think about the nature of reality and how we connect to it.
What is even reality, though?
Exactly. That sort of thoughts.
Brody, same thing.
Is this
So,
real? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Doctor.
You were saying something about your record collection.
Yeah, we went back to my condo, and everything was gone. Everything, my alphabetized collection of greatest hits of the '80s, my signed MC Hammer, like everything was just gone. And
Maybe you should organize your record collection autobiographically.
I tried that for a little while, but it gets a little confusing when you have the Jackson 5 and Michael Jackson separately, because you don't really know exactly where to slot it in, especially, another thing like Hall & Oates, and then Oates did his own thing for a little while. You can't just put them together, then you have to separate them, then you have 2 separate piles, and it's a lot to take care of. And then the maid comes by and she dusts everything and she gets it all mixed up, and then I have to, eat her. Then I have to get a new maid.
I understand. A new maid. Okay, excellent. David, same thing.
What do you know of the Davids?
I know that apparently I am a David.
Interesting. Then I will protect you. I have seen a vision of the end of the world. Some claim it is Gehenna, but that is false. It is pollution. The sun dies, and all Davids die. I must protect all Davids.
Pollution. Could it be that worm thing that those werewolves are talking about?
No, that's stupid.
I see. Excellent. Jermaine, you're really, really unhappy. You're like getting hungrier, unhappy. So, how does your hunger make you feel?
Is there any other kindred close? Because I would destroy them and suck the souls out of their bodies.
I'm gonna scoot away a little bit.
No.
No, what?
No.
So I can't do that, or?
No.
Oh, well. I might still, but maybe not right now. but that's how it makes me feel. You asked me the question. I'm just answering it honestly.
Okay, yeah. Okay. That is definitely fascinating. So why are you all here? I don't know why you're here.
Why are you here asking us all these questions? I don't like trying to break down moons. I like building up moons. And you're like trying to like take all our pieces and try to make them make sense. But if they made sense, like then we wouldn't be moons or Davids, as David would say.
Thank you,
I'm
David.
pretty sure that David 86 broke reality and we ended up here with you. And so we're in like a shattered reality where everything is broken. And I usually call these my nightmares, but this one seems like a special nightmare because a bunch of other people are here in my nightmare.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank
nightmares
you.
are the friends you made
Special.
along the way.
Okay. Okay. Here's a question. Are your nightmares real or are you real?
Okay, I don't like this guy. The chick turns her back. I'm done. He's asking all these questions. Not gonna do anything. I'm just trying to do my thing. He's like, oh, what's this? All he has is questions. It's questions with questions. Ah! Crosses her arms.
You seem to be a malfunctioning David, Dr. Net David.
Am I malfunctioning or is reality malfunctioning?
You.
Well, yeah, you're probably right.
What is reality? I'm starting to be confused by this whole conversation, and it's making me incredibly uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. Can we just go back to like eating people or something? Like I think I was more comfortable on the boat.
To get back to eating people, you would probably have to leave the premonition.
How do we do that?
I
Can you
don't
write
know.
me
It's
a
not my premonition.
prescription to leave the premonition? Like, doesn't that pad? Don't you have one of those pads to write prescriptions or something, doctor?
Wait, can you write prescriptions?
I can actually write prescriptions.
I'll give you a list.
Wait, who was the person that initiated the premonition? It was Maximilian, correct?
Yes.
What if we simply shut Maximilian off for a moment, and when we turn him back on, the premonition should stop?
Maybe.
How do we shut him off for a moment?
I find that the shut-off panel is around the left side of the chest, and often you can insert something into it to turn something off for a moment.
Doctor, can I use my blade?
You reach down and your blade isn't there.
Oh, that's not cool.
I find that a wooden instrument often works best as a shut-off switch.
Okay. I feel like then, like, no, I feel like, we all know Maximilian and maybe, like, we wouldn't know him anymore if we did that.
Is Maximilian a David?
And you look around and Maximilian isn't actually here at this particular point in time.
We're
Oh,
a
he logged
couple
off.
deep. We are not on the max level.
How do we get out of here?
I have no idea.
Where is here? Exactly.
I hate this guy so much. I hate him so much. You're useless.
Well, where do you think we are, Doc?
I think you're in a premonition. I'm fairly sure.
Wait,
Are you in the same premonition?
No. Wait, am I?
Well, then how are you talking to us if you're not in the same premonition?
Am
We're on
I
a conference
here?
call, right?
Well, am I here or are you just where I am?
Yes.
Or are we all imagining you and you're not here at all?
Or am I imagining you and you're not here at all?
No, that's stupid.
Always questions. There's too many questions.
Can I use cloud
no
memory on
answers.
myself so I don't remember any of this?
I think Paisley's gonna go to Jermaine and like, did you have the last premonition?
Maybe.
Okay,
I'm-
because
I'm definitely going to allow Jermaine to cloud memory on himself. See premonition. So I'm going to get you to do both of the rolls for the cloud memory.
No,
Oh my
you get
God.
back here. You
You're
can't leave
fighting
like
your own
that.
brain.
Let's
You can't
Uh,
hide in your own head.
oh, that's great. That's 6 dice. Okay, cool.
So yeah, it's your charisma plus dominate versus your own wits and resolve.
Holy shit.
Apparently, he succeeded in clouding his own memory.
Yeah.
Don't bestial failure. Then you'll just
No,
remember
I
everything.
did not. I definitely clouded my own memory with 8 successes.
Oh my God.
Wow.
So your defense roll is the wits and resolve, I believe.
Well, wits and resolve was 3 successes.
Yeah, you definitely clouded your own memory. So
I'm just gonna forget all of this.
what happens is everyone wakes up on like couches with Dr. Douglas Netchurch there going, oh, okay, yeah, you're in a premonition.
Mhm.
Oh no.
Confused.
I believe this is called a quick load.
Slightly aroused.
I believe, David, you mentioned it before. Let me see in my notes. You said something about a save point.
Yes. Did anybody quick save before we got in here?
I might have.
Try to load your quick save.
I don't think that's possible.
I don't like playing the same levels over and over again. I knocked over when I was playing Mario too. I couldn't get past the tank, so I just knocked the whole system over.
My only alternative is to punch the doctor, which at this point seemed to change things. So
Hard reset.
Doctor?
yeah, I'll punch the doctor again. Just a moment.
Dex and Brawl?
Dex and Brawl. Not
Forgot to blow
strength
the
and Brawl.
cartridge.
Depends on how hard you want to hit the doctor.
As hard as possible. That it seemed to work the last time.
From the sounds of
True.
it, you have to quick change again. So
Nice hard
We're trying
reset.
to Bruja our way out of a Malkavian problem.
Okay. Whew.
11
All right.
successes.
that's why I'm quick
Oh my
changing.
God.
So David stands up,
I still
walks
can't
over
get more
to the
than Jar.
doctor. The doctor is still,
Oh, boy.
scribbling stuff down. Looks up, yes, David, and then
So here comes a new couch.
David punches the doctor directly in the face, and the same sort of shattering imagery happens. Dr. Netchurch just shatters into a billion pieces, and pieces embed themselves in the wall. The walls shatter, and then you're back in the black void with everyone who started off with the premonition. Well, that was
Maximilian?
exciting.
Okay.
Well,
Where were
Should I
you?
put
I was
them
just
there?
with somebody named Victoria Ash. I'm not sure who that is.
Other Davids. Should I punch Maximilian?
Wait,
No,
let's
I don't.
no, let's talk for a moment. So you were somewhere else.
Yes.
With Victoria Ash.
Yeah, some singer or something. I don't know. She just seemed really self-important. I think she was a Toreador. I'm not.
That
I'm
checks out.
entirely.
Yeah, I would check out. We were with Douglas Netchurch, a doctor.
Dr. Douglas Netchurch?
Yeah.
He's pretty famous. I've heard of that guy. Oh, he didn't try to psychoanalyze you, did he?
Oh yeah, like
He tried all the time. I don't think he succeeded.
Wait,
Well,
where was
yeah,
the
you're
doctor?
Malkavians. Like, we're not actually. It's the blood. It's Malkav. Malkav's blood affects us all differently.
Well, we're just normal.
We're all
normal.
programmed differently.
Well, we
Normal
see
is also relative.
Yeah.
exactly.
Hmm.
So, yeah, we're here. What else have you seen? And we're on the third giveaway, which is exclamation point moon in the chat. If you want to get that.
Moon.
Yeah.
There were some Shinichi. They wanted us to join the Sabbat.
Oh yeah, we were inside a really cute whale named Trevor.
It was
Hmm.
nothing
He's my
cute
friend.
about being inside of a well at all.
Yeah, that was.
I wouldn't
Oh,
call
no,
it
he
cute.
purred though. Didn't you hear? Like it was like.
I'm pretty sure that was digestive juices coming up to destroy us.
He's still cute though. We'll just have a difference of opinion on that.
I wonder what
Mhm.
was done to that creature. Maybe it was in pain.
I mean, it was the inside of a whale. Whales
Imagine
often
if
have
the
insides.
well was a ghoul. Oh God.
Exactly.
I performed a hard reset, and that's when we left the room. I've also performed a hard reset on the doctor, and that's why we're here now.
Whoa, hold on. You punched Dr. Netchurch?
Oh yeah, and how?
I prefer hard reset.
Yeah.
I don't think the doctor did.
Shattered him into this reality. Or
Didn't have an answer to that question.
maybe we traveled on one of his particles. I'm not quite sure exactly what's going on anymore.
I'm not sure punching is actually a question, unless you're a Bruja, and then it's more of an answer.
It's like what's going to happen, and then it's the fist going to hit your face.
But it's a question and an answer at the same time,
Yeah.
apparently.
Yeah.
That's what we're finding.
Yeah.
I find that with
Punch,
Bruja,
punch,
it's
punch,
usually
punch.
I think it's usually the admission that the Bruja just don't know.
It seems like a very, not only Bruja, but also Malkavian thing, where it's a question and an answer at the same time.
This whole concept
Yeah.
makes me short circuit. I'm just like,
No. Oh no, it's okay, Dave. It's okay. You
how could
did
something
it.
be a question and an answer at the same time? That doesn't make sense.
Oh
So many
no.
things
Oh,
are.
how do you
think of
prove
it-
that love exists? Oh.
Wrapped together and entangled.
Think of it
It's
more
never
of
quite
a
clear.
think of it more of as a variable in programming.
Oh.
If punch, then punch.
Infinite loop, infinite loop, infinite loop, infinite loop. Recursive function. Oh God.
Oh, should I hard reset David? And she's got like her little fist out, like, and she'll go.
Literally nothing. Literally no movement whatsoever.
Yeah. It's broken. Oh, oh.
Okay, I'm okay.
I fixed him.
Good job.
Yeah.
Oh, was there like a button on his face that you push or something?
Oh, I didn't try the face. I tried the chest because that seems less
Oh.
rude.
Well, I
Does
think
it
Should I-
feel
should I punch
fleshy?
your face?
I'm just curious. Is it fleshy?
Oh. I mean, I think that would say too much. Like, I feel like David would prefer me to keep that private.
It's very solid. It's like 0% body fat.
I
Listen,
think
we
Jermaine
all-
would be ever so slightly jealous of that because he's like, I got down to 3% and I just can't get past that.
I couldn't afford food before I was converted into a David. I'm okay now. You have reset me. Everything is okay. And I pat your shoulder, but like just a bit too hard.
Yeah. Okay.
So, like,
Science.
can we get out of this reality? Because I don't like this one either. Because they
No.
keep talking about a doctor, and I don't remember a doctor.
Where were you?
Yeah, the guy in the white jacket. You were.
I was with someone named Victoria Ash. She's a singer or something. Seems like a toreador.
Did you hard reset her?
To be honest, it was kind of weird. No, I was having a conversation, and then like all of these like bits of shards of things just showed up and pulled me here.
Well, you punched the doctor so hard you knocked someone else out of a premonition.
Interesting.
That's interesting.
Well, is anyone else able to have another simulation
trickle
run?
Hey, this is gonna sound weird. What were we doing? Like, I feel at one point we had like maybe a goal.
Yeah, why did you call us here, Max?
Yes, exactly.
It was an attempt to discover what's going on in Vancouver. If you have any answers, that would be fantastic.
Well, we've encountered a Simishi from Sabat. Maybe that's something. Maybe
Okay,
that part was true.
I do believe I have to have a conversation with all of you with regards to something that's called burying the lead. That would have been important information.
We mentioned it to you.
I mentioned that,
Yo.
and
Yeah,
maybe like potentially joining, but maybe not. Just hypotheticals, because they have a very loose outlook on diablerie, but they don't have as loose of an outlook on how many Davids you keep or don't keep. So we had a little bit of conflict there, just a little bit.
They were really vague on the David conundrum.
We confirmed he was not a David.
There were Malkavians in the Sabbat.
Were they Davids? Wait, we know this. Sorry.
We know that. We
Stupid
talked about that part, yeah.
I believe so.
We must convert the Davids back to, I look around, whatever we are.
Well, maybe not to here exactly.
The Camarilla, the Ansharks. Are we the
Count
Ansharks?
Dracula.
Yeah, I think we have to just make like us Davids have to make sure we don't become Sabat Davids or Savids.
Oh,
Yes, I'd rather avoid that. I
Did you
didn't
say
like the sound of what they
Savids?
were saying.
Yeah, Savids. And we have to find, how would we know the difference between a David and a David who's kind of still, but not a David because like they chose a different path.
But like hypothetically, there could have been like a big goblet of blood that we all shared, and it might have been really good. Hypothetically.
I am pretty hungry.
Hypothetically.
I don't like the sound of killing everyone who doesn't join.
Yes, that seems wrong.
I don't like the sound of it either. Tonally, it just doesn't really suit me. The action,
Hmm.
Huh? No.
Well, what have we
wait.
learned, Max? Did we solve Vancouver's problem?
Yeah.
I feel like we made some progress at the very least. We should probably table this and do this again next Tuesday.
Well,
this
if we
is-
get out of here at all.
As long as I don't end back up in Brody's apartment, because my place is way better.
My place is normally way better. I don't know what the maid ran off with, but like seriously, you should come by sometime.
Okay, that was, as a storyteller, I'm gonna have to like lower my light because that was some Malkavian shade that was just
Wait, we forgot the most important piece of information. How could we do this? Vancouver will have an island.
Vancouver is what?
That was the
What?
first place
Island?
we went to, was an island. That might be the most important piece of information.
We were in
there
the
is-
sun on that island as well, and that doesn't make sense. So I don't believe it's a
No.
real island.
Maybe it was before it died from pollution.
Before the sun died or the island died.
Sun.
Ah, okay.
Do you Davids not know that the sun is going to die from pollution? It's going to go out in a few years.
Isn't that good though? Because the sun's
Yeah.
not really good for us.
Yeah, I don't know how much I'd miss that. And that gives us even more reason to maybe join the Sabbat, because what do we care about of a masquerade then?
But if the sun dies, everything will die, and there will be nothing for us to survive on.
Oh, that's a good point.
Can't they just use like sunbeds and vitamin D tablets?
Well, maybe. I don't know. It's
There's
difficult
know.
to
those big
predict what
UV
will
lights
happen.
that the Second Inquisition like to use.
I was built to sustain myself on human fluid, a strange concept, I know.
Blood, right? Not like
Nope. Don't do it, Brody. Don't do it.
I was gonna say like spit, but okay, sure.
I mean,
Spinal fluid.
if you mix eyeball jelly into things, it probably tastes fairly well, but I would suggest blood in David's particular instance.
I guess there's more of it.
Did we accidentally join the Sabat?
I don't think this is real. This is a simulation.
Okay. This is getting like very Sabat-y in theme.
This is definitely getting
Eyeball
batty.
jelly was mentioned, so let's just, more traditionally Sabat-like.
Yes.
All right, David, punch the never-ending void.
All right.
Okay, yeah.
I will.
I cast a missile in the darkness.
I know.
I will start sprinting in one direction with my fist up, and the moment that I run into anything, I will punch it as hard as possible.
That robot is our greatest hope.
Need a Dex and athletics check.
Oh no, that's 2 less dice. Oh no, wait, athletics. Never mind. That's far less dice. Dex and athletics is 2, and then 2. All right, 4 dice. I'm doing a normal person roll now. I went from a Morgan roll to an insomnia roll. That's success.
A success.
Wah.
So everyone just sees David after the suggestion run off into the void and get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller
Oh, no.
and then smaller.
David,
gonna
stop.
run out
Come
of-
back.
You're going to drain your battery pack.
Can I even hear them?
Not really.
Uh-oh.
Question: if he's really small, can I pick him up?
Dex and athletics.
All right, let's do this.
Oh my god.
Well, he might just be really small now. You don't know with this guy. Dex and athletics. Oh god. I have 1 success.
David feels like 2 fingers come towards him and try to grab, but David.
Can I
moves
punch the
out of the way.
fingers? I'm gonna
Oh,
punch
God,
the
no, my-
fingers.
You're gonna punch the fingers.
Yeah.
Strength and brawl.
Oh.
We are warping every piece of reality here on this one, folks.
4, 6, 7, 8, 9,
Oh my god.
10 successes.
So 10 successes. What Brody feels is like a
This
pinprick.
is not good.
A pinprick on your finger, and then you look at your finger,
Ow.
and the blood is kind of like shattering as it goes out, and it's expanding to your entire finger, and then down your finger into your other fingers.
Well,
across
I
your
think I'm
hand,
taking the express train
arm.
out of here, guys. See you later.
and everyone sees Brody just pop into party streamers.
Brody.
Oh. I mean, yeah. Oh, no, wait. No, this is probably bad. I mean, usually confetti's good. But I feel like maybe this is one of the rare times when it's probably sad confetti.
Can I use Sense the Unseen and see if I see anything in the confetti?
Yeah,
I just want to see like if there's realities falling from the confetti.
I was gonna pick some up and use Spirit's touch on it.
Okay.
Yes.
Octavia, that is a rouse check, and
Yeah, I'm gonna do a rouse check.
somebody just called it sad fetty in the chat.
I get hungrier.
Octavia, you should eat something. You aren't
So I
yourself.
just go like, oh no, this can't be happening. This can't be
Oh, it's happening.
No.
It's happening.
But I still focus on the confetti.
Intelligence and aspects for that particular role. Jermaine is a wits and aspects.
Paisley will just kneel down and be like, Brody Fetty, are you still there?
4
Brody
successes.
Fetty does in fact hear this.
Okay.
Hello.
Uh,
Hello.
three.
Hello. It's like a bunch of tiny voices. Hello. Hello.
Gotta put it back together.
Just sweeping it all into a pile. I got 4 successes.
4 successes. Octavia, 2 successes.
Three.
3. Okay. You pick up pieces of the confetti, and Jermaine is looking kind of over your shoulder at the confetti, both in your hand and on the ground. And they're essentially like a bunch of tiny Brodies that you're picking up, but they're different. Some are pink, some are green, some are orange, some are.
Hi, how's it going? Hi. How you doing?
We can't lose a piece of the Brody Fetty.
I mean, I guess I had to lose a couple pounds, but other than that,
It's gonna try to stick them together.
And it's at that point that David comes running up to all of you.
It worked. I punched the darkness. It was fingers. I broke it.
hey, I broke something, all right.
Oh. Can I pick up one of the confetti pieces and bring it really close to my eye and then let go of it and see if it creates a bigger version of him closer to me?
Yes.
So just
So you pick up a version of the Brody Fetty and you look at it really close, and then everyone else sees the other confetti disappear, and then a confetti-sized, like a human-sized confetti Brody just appears. But he's bright purple.
Wow! Do it again.
I think your AV cables are unplugged.
Oh, hold on.
Would you like me to try?
No, that's what caused this problem.
Every time Brody slaps himself, you see kind of a television interruption kind of go through him, kind of staticky.
Oh God, we're in WandaVision.
Color, and then he uses black and white, and then he's red, and then he's yellow, and then he when he slaps himself with both hands, he goes back to his regular color.
Habla español. No. Hold on. Buenos días. ¿Cómo está? ¿Está muy bien?
Is everyone seeing those subtitles?
Close enough. Stay here. It's fun.
There are subtitles.
Très bueno.
Oh.
Confetidad.
I'm going to learn Spanish.
Sí.
Just search the network for a application that will upload Spanish as a language option to you.
Do we have to change stations?
Jermaine
goes to touch his hair and just twists his hair a little bit to see if we can get that in between station.
Yeah,
like Cinemax. What are you going for?
Yeah, exactly.
You start hearing some.
Oh no!
I was like, maybe we can get something more entertaining here.
Brody, as you flick it, Brody just basically turns into complete static.
Find the TV guide. Find the TV guide.
It's
fine. Twist it back.
Oh.
What's going on?
I slowly start turning my nipples to see what happens.
I'm gonna watch. Go on.
And this is an All Malkavian game.
I think the difference between a Toreador game with that and a Malkavian game with that is the expectation of what you're getting out of it.
Right. All of us are just intrigued. What's going to happen?
What is going to happen with this?
What's the reasoning there?
Seems to be we can tune ourselves. We are robots after all.
So you can tune a mouse, but can you tune a fish?
Nothing happens with David.
All right.
His own nipples.
Mm-hmm.
I am not uploaded with a virus. I'm sorry, David.
Am I in English again? Am I in English again, or am I in Spanish, or?
Sí, señor.
It's good.
Okay.
thinking about this, and she feels like she's seen cartoons that make sense like this. So she reaches into her bag where she has her sketchbook and her pen, and she's going to take a pen and try to draw a door.
Ooh.
So you take out your sketchbook. I'm going to get a Dex and performance roll from you. Actually, no. I'm going to go full Malkavian on this one.
Yeah.
We're going to get a...
Full Malkavian alchemist. No, nothing.
Law of equivalent exchange is going to be interesting in this one.
This is going to be a dexterity and politics roll.
It's the problem with auto mail. It costs you an arm and a leg.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. This is
I'd give my one brother to get out of here.
okay. It's 2.
2 successes.
Maybe a dog. I can make it happen with a dog in the look.
Paisley Paisley pulls out the sketchbook and starts drawing. Draws like it's an okay door. It's not,
it's not my best work.
It's not Paisley's best work. Paisley, you're even kind of like, oh man, like I wish I should take more time and draw this, but maybe later.
Yeah.
And then Paisley kind of pulls the sheet of paper and it expands like cartoon / comically so to being kind of a full-size door.
I made something.
Does it
Brilliant.
open?
Did you draw a knob on it?
Yeah. Did you draw a keyhole?
Did I?
Did not.
Maybe David should try to break it.
Don't break the door. I just made this door.
Perhaps opening it.
Maybe you made the whole way out.
Gervais is going to try to open the door and then
I thought there was no doorknob.
Kick in the door like superhero style. Let's go.
Yeah.
Dex and Brawl.
Dex and Brawl. All right. Yeah. I'm good at this actually.
Then I purposely didn't put a knob on there so it'd be cooler to open with a kick.
Brilliant.
That's clever. That's good.
One success. You know what?
Well, we're semi near the end of the session. Do you want to willpower that?
I will do the willpower. We'll see what happens.
JJ doesn't do his own stunts, does he?
I got one more success. It's 2 successes.
So everybody sees JJ kind of, lean back, take a bit of a step towards it. The foot that Jermaine puts his weight on kind of slips ever so slightly, so he doesn't quite connect with the door with as much force as he would want. But the door itself shatters. And then all of the black area that is around you also shatters. And you all wake up on the floor in the yacht.
We're still in the simulation. I'm going to punch the boat.
Yeah.
No, wait.
I don't.
Wait.
No.
Oh,
Is
okay,
Max-
so I feel like punch the boat, but after we get off it.
Okay.
Punch the ceiling, maybe.
I'm going to punch straight up.
Oh no!
Don't punch down on a boat.
Let that be a lesson, everybody. Don't punch down. Let's do a strength and brawl check for David.
1, 2, 3, 4,
7,
5, 6,
19, 44.
Only a measly 7 successes.
Oh, pathetic. Spend a willpower. Fix that.
Yeah, I'll spend a willpower on that.
What even is this?
Like, do you even punch, bro?
Oh, those were still failures. Only 7 successes.
Oh,
Only
You have to
7
plug them in.
I'm trying to make, my power is down. I'm at like 27%.
what's the problem?
So-
We're on a boat and he's on airplane mode.
David can't quite get enough lift as David would want and punches up to his elbow, and he kind of hangs there in the boat, and nothing else really happens beyond that.
You know what, David? That was good because the boat felt it. I can tell. It knows not to mess with us anymore.
Wait, is this still Trevor?
Not anymore.
No, I don't think I.
Trevor.
Yeah,
Who is Trevor?
my new best friend, but I don't think I'll see him again.
Well, to be fair, you wouldn't really know. You've only seen him from the inside.
Oh, anything could be Trevor.
Ew.
Should we pull David
That
down?
actually makes me even more uncomfortable than I already have been today.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to help David get out of there.
Which one of you is stronger? Which one has the largest strength?
I'm super weak. I'm mostly like helping, I think.
So what is your strength rating? For Octavia 1? Yeah, okay.
Oh my God, Paisley's the strong. This is weird.
Yeah.
I have good intentions, but I'm super weak.
So strength and athletics for Paisley with a add 2 dice for the help from Octavia.
Okay. 1. Should I use a willpower? I'm going to use a willpower.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Go for the willpower. Go for it.
Yeah, two then. 2.
It's near the end of the session. 2 successes. David.
It's important.
I'm gonna help by punching where my arm is stuck to break the space around it.
Yeah. So
come on, Octavia, help!
After a few tugs from Paisley and Octavia, you realize that they're just not going to get the job done. They need David assistance. So David kind of punches the hole around, and then David, basically everybody ends up in a giant pile of David.
We did it.
On
David
ground.
power.
I don't think we're in an illusion anymore. We've done it.
Yes. Maximilian, did you find out anything that would be useful to you?
Not from Victoria. She was kind of useless, really.
Maybe the Zimishi is
You have to
better.
learn to speak her language.
Snobbish asshole?
Perhaps it was
That's
French.
one.
Then.
That's one of her languages.
Oh, wow, probably. Yeah, I suppose.
That sounds like Quebec French, to be honest.
Well, you're probably not wrong there.
Damn it! I got nothing. I got nothing.
Staying way the hell out of that.
So, if you're done putting holes in my boat, thank you all for coming. This has been very informative.
Are we done?
Are we? What do we do?
We did everything by doing nothing.
What?
That's
What
the
phase,
Camarilla way.
what phase of the solar cycle is it tonight?
It's I believe a half moon. I don't know what they're called.
What time is it?
It's, right now, it's and there's clearly no watch on Maximilian's arm. It's about 3.
I will need to shut down on your boat then.
Oh, you don't have to. It takes like 20 minutes to get back to the mainland.
I'm already finding a corner to lie down in.
Oh, is it a sleepover? Okay. Hey, do you have like a couch I can go under, or like lots of blankets?
Well, this entire room is sealed off from the sunlight, minus the
she
hole.
starts
The hole
building
should
a
open.
nest.
Yeah.
Like anything soft, she kind of gathers up into a corner.
I'm good. Let's head back.
Yes,
You guys can stay here.
back.
But I
Well,
started already.
it may take until it's probably going to take about 20 minutes for the boat to return, give or take.
Sure. I mean, the sun's not going to be up until 6.
6. Yeah, 6 is about right.
Yeah.
So in the meantime, do you all still want to do the goblet thing? I thought that'd be pretty cool.
Well, do we even have a goblet?
Max, I'm sure you have a large drinking device in here somewhere.
There's probably quite a few goblets kicking around here somewhere.
So what you're saying is you're down, Brody. Yes, right? Yes.
Well, I mean, I don't want to be Sabat, but I'm kind of hungry.
What's the moon version of putting a bunch of blood in a goblet and drinking it in a fairly, kind of gross fashion? In all honesty, I'm gonna be real
Like
honest
what, a
here.
super soaker fight?
I think
Oh,
possibly what we just did was our version of that.
Does your
Oh.
boat have oil that we could drink?
Yes.
I suggest we
What?
all of us Davids
Uh.
shall drink the oil.
I thought you were drinking bodily fluids.
Yes, that's for powering myself, but the oil is for fun.
you can go first, David, and we'll watch.
Mhm.
David has a very different version of the word fun than I do.
It gets you a little buzzed. It's for parties and mixers when you don't feel comfortable talking to people.
Okay, I kind of want to see this now.
Okay, yeah, you know what? I could probably use some of that. It's been a
Yeah.
hell of a night.
Yeah, let's do it.
For Paisley, you see over on the wall beside you just a little fractured bit that kind of seems like the shattering.
Oh, she'll go up to it and see if she can touch it.
Upon touching it, reality basically warps and destroys again.
Oh,
And-
no.
Octavia wakes up in her haven as everything else disintegrates around you, and you wake up in your haven perfectly fine.
I look around, see if there's anything missing, like there was in Brody's haven when we were in the premonition.
There's nothing missing, but there is a yellow notepad on your table that wasn't there before. That's completely blank.
I'm gonna start writing what I experienced.
And it's
To
at that
write it all
point,
down.
we're going to cut off this particular session. And
Woo!
it was all a dream.
Whoa!
Oh. That was
And
some
you were
dream.
there, and you were there, and the Sabat was there.
It's like that entire season of Dallas where they're just like, you know what? It was just a dream. It's fine. Don't
He's in
worry.
the shower. It's fine.
And then we get the feeling to go see Maximilian, and it starts all over again.
Start all over again. It's like the Dark Tower.
Are we all going to still get Christmas cards?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
We're
Don't
still
worry.
getting
We're gonna stay in
one.
touch.
So,
My guy get in contact with your guy.
Yeah, get
I'm gonna actually take your advice, and I'm gonna get a guy. So that's gonna be good.
so thank you everybody for attending to Drinking and Screaming in the chat. There may be a part 2, depends on how good we do with this particular fundraiser. Right now we're sitting at about 315, which is awesome. You guys all rock. Thank you all for donating. Thank you for helping spread the word.
Yay!
We are going to be after this, after we're done our outros and everything, we're going to raid over to the Level Up Dice game, which is over on the Level Up Dice channel, and they will have the same. They will have all the stuff in the chat for the fundraiser as well. That'll be like heading into hour 3, 4, and 5, and then we're gonna raid over to mine in Vancouver by night, which will be hour 6, 7, and 8 or 9. I don't know. It's a lot of hours. I don't know what's going on anymore. And then we're gonna after that probably raid over to Prince's game. we go into a race every week
Every
to see
week.
see who raids the other person first. So yeah, we'll do some quick outros. So let's start in descending in the reverse order because it's a Malkavian game from what we did before. So let's head over to David, I-86.
That is me. Hi, I'm Kelly from Vancouver by Night, which if you follow this raid train, you will eventually see. I'm also from Drinking and Screaming, which is a horror movie podcast about or under the I was gonna say guys under the scrutiny of queer and feminist culture, which we will be having a new episode on Monday. Yeah, go stick around and see VBN where I won't be tonight.
Not entirely. You'll be there in spirit.
Yeah, and tech.
In tech. Next up, playing Jermaine.
Hey, yeah, that's me, Prince. Also known as Doubles and Dice. Let's see. I'll be here doing things like Dungeons and Dragons tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern time, and that'll be on my channel. And then tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern time, I'll be on Rolling These 20s as the storyteller for Philly by Night and taking my players through Elysium for their first time, Anarch group through Elysium, celebrating the new Prince. It's going to be wonderful. They have no idea what's happening. They have no idea.
Bunch of anarchs showing up to Elysium. It's fine. It's fine. What could possibly go wrong? I mean, that happens all the time, right? Next up, playing Octavia down below me.
I'm Alexandra from the Lamias, where I'm running Vampire Chronicle set in 1947. We have our next episode this coming Tuesday, if you want to check this out. And I also will be in an Orpheus game tomorrow at Virtual HorrorCon. So if you're free, drop by, come have a look.
And Paisley.
Hey, I'm Megan. This is super fun. You can find me on Twitter at QuiNot. And actually, tomorrow I'll be doing a Virtual HorrorCon game too. I'll be playing a werewolf in Rage Across the Berkshires, which is related to Boston by Night. That's 4 p.m. Eastern Standard at the Carrion Comfort Studios.
And Brody.
Hey there, I'm the Kelly from Dork Tales. You can find us on Twitch and on YouTube and on podcasts where it's available. Tonight, I'm running Werewolf the Forsaken for my pack, and hopefully if I get done a little early, I'll go and raid you guys, whoever's up. Tomorrow, we're doing Cyberpunk Red, and we also run a vampire game. It's going to be next Thursday. It's Victoria by Night, which is the Victoria on Vancouver Island, just across the water from you guys.
It's just that away.
That way.
That away.
Back there, yeah. I don't know. It's one of those directions.
It's wet.
Far away from me.
All right. So thanks once again to everyone. We are going to go into the outro screen now, and then we're going to hop right over to Vancouver Adjacent by Night over on the Level Up Dice channel, which they're going to pay a visit to a Nosferatu Elder. Right now, I think they're still in the planning stages at Mausoleum. So thank you once again, everyone, for donating. Thank you to all of my players. You guys have all been awesome. Great Malkavians. You guys all rock. Thanks for Jake and Q Times for hosting us. You guys are phenomenal. I hope to do it again, and we are going to raid. So thank you, and see you in a few minutes.